coming to get you, Barbara.
Here's some money. Go see a Star War.
But I'm trying, Ringo. I'm trying real hard to be the shepherd.
Welcome back to Long Walk Talks. My name is David Hensley. I am the owner and creative director of Long Walk Productions, and I am joined today by my two co-hosts, Stan Wilson Lee.
Yeah.
And Chris, the birthday boy Barnes.
Birthday boy.
Happy birthday, Chris.
Well,
Happy
Dave, let me be the
birthday.
first. Let me be the first to say, taking me to my birthday to see Avatar: The Last Airbender in theaters is no longer the worst thing you've done to me.
Hey. What, making you podcast on your birthday? Is that the worst thing?
Well, tell them about the subject, Dave.
Oh. Well, we'll get there.
Oh,
First,
no.
how old are you now, Chris?
I'm 38.
That can't possibly be right.
I don't know. That's
You don't look a day
numbers don't
above
lie, and they spell disaster
37
for me.
and 364 days.
What Stan said. All right. Well, as Chris hinted, we have a very special topic today. We are going...
Very special is key.
Yeah. We are going to be discussing the Fast and the Furious saga.
I refuse to recognize it as a saga.
Except we're not actually going to be talking about the films themselves
It is
because...
a franchise at best.
Yeah. I have not seen the last three that have come out.
Finally.
Yeah, Fast 9 came out recently, which spawned the pun "finally" on the Pop Rock Sirius station.
Oh, yeah, we listened to
which-
that at work, and oh my god,
These two have still not gotten over "finally," which now I like to use just to piss them off. But
gotten over. I used it on the last podcast.
yeah, so there are 9 Fast and Furious films and one spin-off. Of the 10 films, there's 10 of these fucking things.
Oh, I found out there is only going to be a 10th mainline Fast and Furious film, but it's going to be just like Harry Potter and Twilight, separated into part 1 and part 2.
Of fucking course it is. So Stan, out of the 10 that are currently out, how many Fast and Furious films have you seen? Have you seen any of them?
I think I've seen a total in parts 1 1/4 and maybe 1 1/3.
How has he quantified it in this way?
You know him. He drinks his beers in fractions. This is a man who once told me that he had drank 16/18 of his beer.
Yes, which wasn't, it was only, 8 nights,
God.
I think I've seen all of 2.
Oh, God. Wow.
I think I've seen part of 3 and part of 6 or something. I don't even know if I've seen the first one. I must have seen the first one because I know I've seen what's his face, Paul Walker in one. So and that's the only one he did, right?
No.
He did 3 of them, right?
Well,
4.
prior to his death, he was in all but 2, so 5. So
Oh, really?
yeah. No, I'm sorry, 6. He was in 6 of them. The only one that Paul Walker wasn't in was Tokyo Drift.
Okay. I think I've seen Tokyo Drift in a way. I know it's about motorcycles in Tokyo.
No.
No.
It's about
the cars drifting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I know what I'm talking about.
Chris.
So yeah, this is gonna be bad.
This is going to be hilarious because I just corrected him. I have seen no Fast and Furious movie in total. I've seen clips of things, whatever I couldn't avoid seeing. I've basically learned everything I know about Fast and Furious. I've learned against my will.
Well,
I have seen the one where Dom and I guess it's The Rock where they meet for the first time because they're brothers, right?
no.
No. Who is there a brother thing?
In the most recent one, John Cena plays Dom's brother that has gone unmentioned in the previous 8 films.
And he's evil, and you can
No,
tell
there's-
because he has hair.
I must have seen the one where The Rock's first.
That would have been number 5.
Okay.
So unfortunately, I have seen 7 out of the 10. And I will say unabashedly, I enjoy 1, 3, and 5. The franchise should have ended at 5 because that was the point in which, wow, the stunts are so insane and unrealistic that it's enjoyable. After that point, they became so insane and unrealistic that I was like, oh, God. I saw 6.
As a reminder, the first movie was about them illegally street racing and stealing combination TV DVD players.
Yes.
I do know about the family thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's hard to mention the Fast and the Furious franchise without hearing Vin Diesel saying family. Which makes going back and watching the first one so much weirder, because also, I was distressed to realize a few weeks ago, the first film is 20 years old.
Yes.
They
Wow.
have been good for a Fast and Fury every 2 years since 2001. Which, of course, upon that realization, I had to go and watch the original just for the sake of nostalgia, which is what led us to today's topic.
It led you to today's topic.
It led me to today's topic, yes. I have asked these guys to come up with titles and pitches for Fast and Furious spin-offs or sequels. 3 each, although, Chris, usually when we do list episodes, you have like a bunch of runners-up.
Oh, I don't.
This time, I'm the one that does. I have a whole bunch of backup ideas.
I'm struggling on a third. I may fail on a third.
Boo. Stan, what is your first pitch for a Fast and the Furious spin-off or sequel? He's already laughing. We're doing great.
I think I put this in an kind of an order that will build to the best one I have, but the Brats and the Furious.
Go on.
They have to go undercover because there's a strange. They have to go undercover at Oktoberfest because there's a strange Volkswagen crime ring happening. So they have to discover that with their souped up BMWs so they can beat the souped up Volkswagens. But the Volkswagens are like, really super powered Jettas and Rabbits and shit. But they can't settle for Volkswagen's shit, so they do the BMW and the X500s and shit. So.
See, that's funny because like when the series started, they were all about tuners and eventually became started driving high end cars.
Yeah. Yep. That's kind of how I know the show is because that's interesting. They put together these old rods and stuff, and and they raced them, and they because that's how they got into the scene, so they could do their undercover work. But then it's like, then all of a sudden they changed to really, like you said, high end, major, the tires are super duper, and it's like
the tires. That's the first place you went to.
The
is the
spoilers,
tires.
They're super duper.
The spoilers are like crazy, and and they're totally lifted and outed and everything. And also it's the Brats and the Furious, but it could also be the Brats and the Furious, and they end up having to go up against a ring.
A ring of what, Stan?
A crime ring of the Bratz folks.
Oh my God. Well, no, I'm not going to say that's the worst crossover I've ever heard because I've got some pretty bad ones.
But that's my first one.
Chris, what's your first pitch?
I don't have a title. I'm just gonna. I looked. Titles were the last thing I was thinking of because I was trying to work with your stupid premise.
All right, we'll see.
We'll fix the title for you.
Yeah, you pitch the idea. Stan and I will come up with a title.
All right, cool. So it turns out Dom has another sibling he's never talked about ever, and it's a sister this time. And it turns out she is in some sort of trouble where she needs to leave. So who's Dom's wife?
Letty, played by Michelle Rodriguez.
Letty helps her hide, but she's got kids and they can't go with her. So Dom has to move in and take care of them.
Brats and the Furious,
and they're not. And he's a dad now, but it's still different because these are all sorts of different kids, and they're throwing him for a loop. And I basically just want him to remake the pacifier and put it in the Fast and Furious universe.
The Passy and the Furious.
There you go.
Brats and the Furious.
Very nice.
But they're still family.
Yeah, of course.
And he has to take care of the family.
Yeah.
Family. All right.
Guest appearance by John Cena.
Yeah.
So mine are in a specific order because, like Stan's, they build on each other. Mm-hmm. I see a whole arc here.
Right.
All right. So my first pitch is Back to the Furious or Fast to the Future. Take your pick. Dom buys a car for street racing that happens
DeLorean?
to be a DeLorean, and he's like, "Hey, what's this flux capacitor that's in the back seat? I don't know,
You said
family."
fucks the passive.
And
No, Dom said that.
the first time he takes it out street racing, he gets up to 88 miles an hour, and he's
I like that your Vin Diesel is punch drunk Rocky. Isn't
I mean, isn't that Vin Diesel? So Dom ends up in the 1980s, and he has to go and find Doc Brown, once again played by Christopher Lloyd.
that poor man?
And to get the parts that they need to fix the DeLorean, they have to put on a heist. So Dom has to recruit the old family members of the current family. So you've got like Michelle Rodriguez playing Letty's mom. And that way you bring the whole cast back.
That's not going to be weird when he jumps back and forward again.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Is Michael J. Fox in it?
Oh, is the heist that they have to steal from the Libyans?
I hope so. Back to the Furious or Fast to the Future. Give me $100 million, Hollywood, and I will make this film happen.
Or both of them.
That sounds like a threat, and I'm taking it as one.
Stan, what's your number 2?
Back to me.
What's your number 2?
And so after they finish in Munich and and they party with their families in
These are connecting. There's
Oktoberfest,
connective tissue.
they come back and they end up having to go undercover on college campuses.
Oh, no.
But because Dom looks too old, they recruit
Who do they recruit, Stan?
Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill
Oh, God.
from 23 Jump Street. And this is called The Frats in the Furious or 23 Jump Street.
I love it. I love all these crossovers that are happening.
And of course, at the end of it, after they figure it out and they get Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill to join the frats again and go in and they figure it all out. And Dom says, "Well, frats, family."
I love it. I love everything that you just said. Chris, what's your
23 Jump Street.
is that the part that you're most amused
Yes,
about?
apparently.
And the thing
After
is, that's
everything
probably
that you
coming, right?
after everything that you just said, all those sentences that you strung together, 23 Jump Street is the part that you found the most ridiculous.
Didn't even call it like 23 Fast Street or anything like that.
Yeah. Chris, so give us your number 2 pitch, and we'll come up with a title for it.
All right, cool. Now, I didn't think of a title, but I do have taglines for this one.
Oh, perfect.
Get ready to get high concept, because here's what we're gonna do. So, it's gonna go back to the past, and it turns out every member of the crew actually met before when they were kids, and they didn't realize it. And it takes place during one summer. I don't fucking know where, but but they end up working together to rob an ice cream truck driver who refuses to stop in poorer neighborhoods. And it turns out they uncover some sort of bigger conspiracy as they do it.
Okay, so this is sort of along the lines of one that a runner-up that I was thinking, Fast and Furious Babies.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, see, that's the thing.
It's an animated
Brats
series.
and the
They
Furious.
all happen to meet during the same summer in the same area, and I forget which one Statham is, but he's somehow over here in America for some reason.
But the current cast is all voicing them as children.
Oh, well, maybe in like inner monologues or
Oh, it's
or
animated?
flashback. No, it's not animated.
Oh, in my head it is.
It would either have to be
and
kids.
the Furious.
They would have to dub them. Yeah, I mean that would be fine.
Yeah, I'm picturing this as like a Saturday morning cartoon.
No, it's not a cartoon though. No. I have an animated one. That's my closer. You're not going to top it.
Oh, okay.
But no, this one is a live-action kids movie. They're on bikes.
Souped up bikes?
Yes.
With spinners?
No, I mean well, it depends on what they're doing to it, but yeah. But anyway,
Stranger than Furious.
first tagline: if summer goes by too fast, they're going to be furious. Second tagline: they live their lives one cul-de-sac at a time.
Beautiful.
There you go.
The cul-de-sac and the Furious.
Title that what you want.
I'm going to go with Fast and Furious Babies.
All right.
Yeah, beautiful. Again, I love everything that you just said.
That's why I hate it so much. It's like I was just like, let me just throw out the worst exec pitch I can think of.
All right.
But I am proud of my last one, so...
I can't wait. All right, so picking up shortly after Fast to the Future and or Back to the Furious ends,
23 jumps.
Dom is back in the present, but he and the family get a job from the American government, because why not? One extremely hot scientist, played by Emily Ratajkowski, has pinpointed an exact time in history in which you could go back and kill Hitler without causing catastrophic consequences. And you call it Die Fast and Die Furious.
Die Fast.
Shut up, Stan. Die Fast and Die Furious. And John Cena plays Adolf Hitler. It's just John Cena with a Hitler mustache and no other parts of the costume. No haircut, no wig, no uniform, nothing. It's just John Cena, but he's got a Hitler stash. And of course, to get back to 1930s Germany to assassinate Hitler, they have to recruit, again, Doc Brown.
But when they do this assassination, what happened? Do they exist in the future?
Oh, of course.
So where's the TVA in this?
Well, that's a different show, Stan. That's a.
How do they stop the future from changing when they kill Hitler?
Don't question the logic of this. Let me tell you, the movie's not going to question the logic of this. They can go back and kill Hitler consequence free. Don't worry about it.
If they're in
family.
If they're in the Tarantino
something family, yeah.
Nothing's going to change because they're family, and family doesn't change.
That's right. Okay.
Furious.
Stop saying it.
23 Jump Street.
Oh, I don't know. Like, it's the second best idea that I've ever had in my life, right behind my next pitch. This is going to be a very fast episode, and I'm not sorry. Stan, let's just go ahead and let's get to your number 3. How do you top 23 Jump Street to the Furious? Oh, God, he's goose laughing.
So, they complete their frats, and they graduate from college all again. And they take the family. And all of a sudden, this hammer comes crashing down in the front yard of the family's house. This is called the Fast and the Furious. For they must go undercover in Asgard and team up with Thor and Heimdall and stuff to prevent. And the thing is, I think they've already done this in the movie Ragnarok.
Yes.
They have to prevent Ragnarok as a team with the Asgardians. So our girl Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie is in it.
This would have to take place before that because...
it's
a prequel.
It would be pre... but then Thor asks his father, Odin...
Thank you for reminding me.
Why do we have to fight Ragnarok again? and
no one is more amused by you than you.
This is hilarious now that we think of it. But they become family with the Asgardian family.
I need some time to collect my thoughts. But my first impression is it's brilliant, and I love everything you just said, and I want to see this happen.
Can you imagine this being pitched just like that to Vin Diesel?
You know what he would say?
I don't.
I love it.
No.
It's perfect. I love everything you just said.
Because we've already been with Chris Hemsworth. We've already did a whole fucking show with Chris Hemsworth. Maybe 2.
I wouldn't be surprised if Vin Diesel, like at the premiere of Avengers Endgame or if Infinity War, didn't go up to Chris Hemsworth and was like, so how do we make this crossover happen?
He would have gone to Feige.
Yeah. Oh, I'm certain. All right, Chris, your third pitch, and we'll come up with
Tahiti.
a title.
All right.
Tahiti.
Taika Waititi?
Taika Waititi.
Oh my God. We need to start making you a cheat sheet before you say things on this podcast. You butchered Heimdall just a few minutes ago. What'd you call
Did I
it?
say Dale?
Hemdale?
Himdale?
Himdale.
Is that him?
Himdale, the redneck Heimdall.
He's got pockets, man. Watch out.
The redneck Bifrost is just a fucking drawbridge.
Yes. A slip and slide.
Made out of trash bags.
And Jack Daniels.
Yeah, I was going to say Miller Lite for water.
Light is even better. MGD.
Jesus Christ.
You know what? I'm fine with not going to Valhalla.
Yeah, no. Fuck these Fast and Furious spinoffs. We're writing a Himdale Thor spinoff.
Redneck Asgard.
Redneck Asgard. God. I'm just going to go ahead and turn you down a little bit. Chris, what have you got that's going to put an end to this?
I might need a second. I don't know if Stan's ready. That sounds fine.
Yeah. He's just going to be dying in the corner.
All right. Well, I do have a title for this one. I needed one because this is. I thought of this, and this is like this could happen. An animated feature where cars are suddenly coming to life, but Dom and everyone are trying to figure out why, because their cars are also seemingly coming to life and committing heists. And they're trying to figure out why and what's going on because they're getting blamed for it. So who do they call to help them? That's right, Mystery Inc. This is Scooby-Doo Mystery Drift.
Yes.
That's right. Bring the family along. There's a mystery to solve.
No, you gotta say bring the family.
I for a second I thought you were going to like make it Transformers related, which is another spin-off that
The
No,
Fast and the
that would have been too
Transformers.
easy. That's right. Fast and Furious, Scooby-Doo, print money. There you go.
yeah.
It could 100% happen.
I would not be. You could tell me that any one of the films that we have named tonight were actually like in production and coming out in 6 months, and I'd say, okay, I believe you.
Is Sarah Michelle Gellar in it
No.
as part of the Mystery Inc.?
No.
No,
This is
obviously
animated.
they have to get a new cast.
It's
so
the
Freddie
no,
Prinze
no. That's the
Jr.?
live action. I'm saying this is animated, man.
Yeah, John Cena is going to play Fred.
No,
or voice
no,
Fred.
he's not. He's voicing himself. He has experience with this. Scooby-Doo crossed over with WWE twice,
Oh my God, that's right. I forgot about that.
and it happened
right.
to be over. And one of them happened to be with someone racing cars.
Even
There's
better.
precedence.
All right, so what I'm about to pitch to you
Yes.
is quite possibly
The greatest thing.
the best idea that I have ever had. I am 34 years old, soon to be 35. I've had a lot of ideas in my time. And what I'm about to say next is probably the pinnacle of my genius.
Even better than
Even better than the first two.
Helen Keller.
Just gonna prepare myself.
hipster Helen Keller and
All right, so after the events of De Fast and De Furious, this movie opens on the family trying to stop Elon Musk from setting off an explosive device at the center of the earth. But unfortunately, Letty, Michelle Rodriguez's character, is killed. And Dom is super depressed, like suicidally depressed. So to get him out of his funk, the family gets him onto a reality TV dating show.
Oh no.
It's called The Fast and the 90-Day Furiance.
I'm done.
Yeah, you heard me. This is the best idea I've ever had. The Fast and the 90-Day Furiance. And also, Ludacris and Tyrese are also there, but their entire purpose of being on the show is to be so obnoxious that they make Dom look better by comparison. But then it turns out that the woman that they're all trying to woo is an international terrorist,
Of
and they
course.
have to stop her.
Well, yeah.
or it's Letty in disguise.
Or it's Letty in disguise, either or.
Who the fuck cares?
Twist ending. Give me $300 million and I will make this film happen. 90-Day Furiance.
Either that or you'll flee into the sunset, never to be seen.
Either or. All right, so
Wow.
I came up with a whole bunch of spin-offs and
This is
sequel
filler
ideas.
time.
You're a cruel man, Hensley.
I unfortunately
That was only 15 minutes, so we need to fill like 15.
No, we're up to like 25. It's fine. I'm just going to run through these real fast. Unfortunately, I realized that some of my better ones I didn't write down, but this is what you got. Also, some of these have plots, and some of them are just, placeholder titles that we can come up with plots for later.
That's okay. I'm pretty sure that's what the real ones are, too.
No, you shut your mouth, sir. All right, so the first one is... Finally. The Fast and the Furiosa, a Mad Max crossover. Dom and the family have to race their cars in space, but while they're gone, the apocalypse happens, and they land their cars in Australia.
And there's no gas.
And they have to team up with Imperator Furiosa from Fury Road, played by Charlize Theron, and they're just not going to mention her other character that she plays in the other films.
Is she in the Fast and the Furious?
Yeah.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, she's the villain in 8 and I think 9 as well. I think she came back.
No, I don't know if she's back to be a villain, but I know she does show up.
Of course she does. And so then you follow that up with the Fast and the McFlurious. Once again, the family is contracted by the U.S. government to assassinate a Colombian drug lord, but he is always surrounded by bodyguards. The only way to get to him is there is one particular McDonald's.
Dairy Queen?
No. There's one particular McDonald's in Texas where he always stops to get a McFlurry. And the family has to get the McFlurry machine working so that they can poison him. So it's a race against the clock. And the Colombian drug lord is played by John Cena. You're welcome. And then here's just a couple of titles, and we'll fill in the plots later. Listeners, if you have any ideas for these films, feel free to write us.
Did we crack the writing?
Tweet us.
Did we crack the writing process for these
I
movies?
think we did. All right. I've got The Fast and the Feral Cats.
Oh, God.
And
I know what that is. They accidentally leave food out for a cat one night, and then they all just show up.
Yeah,
Do the cats have buttholes?
obviously. Except for the American edit.
What kind of two-bit operation do you think this is?
And of course, the sequel to The Fast and the Feral Cats is going to be The Fancy Feast and the Furious.
I'm angry. I'm so angry.
Angry that you're laughing?
No.
And then
It is just masking my anger.
Oh my God.
And then finally, the long-awaited Marvel crossover that people have wanted for years.
Didn't I just do that?
The Fantastic Four and the Furious.
This one's more awaited, apparently.
Or alternately, The Fast and the Fantastic Four.
The Fastastic Four.
The Fast... Yes! You are a genius. You're getting promoted and you're getting a raise.
The Fastastic
I'm
Furious
angry.
4.
You're now in charge of this spin-off franchise. Here's $400 million.
Oh.
The family has to team up with the Fantastic Four to stop Mole Man.
Fantastic Four is a family.
Yeah, exactly. It's two families coming together.
Also, I predict by this time, Vin Diesel is the voice of the Thing when he's fully transformed.
I support this as well.
We are Groot.
No, it's the ever-loving blue-eyed Thing.
Yeah. Yeah, we've spent a lot
Clobber
of...
in time.
We've talked, I think, on here before about how, like, eventually the Mission Impossible franchise is just going to get sad when Tom Cruise is 80 years old.
Tom Cruise is just going to refuse to give it up until he absolutely is in, like, a full body cast.
Yeah, like, by Mission Impossible 27, he's going to be ramping his wheelchair off of buildings somewhere in the Middle East. But not much thought has been given to what's going to happen to the Fast and Furious franchise as Vin Diesel gets older. Eventually, is he going to have to...
He's in his 50s.
I know. Eventually, is he going to have to get a wheelchair-accessible van, and we're going to be treated to like a fast-cut montage set to rap music in which we watch his van get picked up by a lift gate and moved... or, I'm sorry, his wheelchair get picked up by a lift gate and moved into a van?
I like the other one.
That's the movie. The movie where that finally happens is the one where they finally sit him down and go, look, okay, now...
F69.
And then we get Fast and Furious: The Next Generation, where it's like where it's like the kids
That's
are
where the
grown up.
babies
The
come
kids
in?
are grown up, but first they have to teach them how to drive, and then that's a whole comedy movie in and of itself.
Exactly. Well, guys, I think this has been some of our best idea sharing. Any one of these movies is a guaranteed
You're gonna have to
blockbuster.
put this
23
behind a
Jump
paywall,
Street.
because otherwise we're just giving this away for free.
I know. But you know what? It's worth it to see these feats of cinematic genius
Was it?
happen.
Cineman genius.
Cinematic genius. Yes.
Cineman.
Let him go.
I think what happens oftentimes is you hear something and you just stop listening, and wherever you
said
stopped, that's what you
Cineman.
heard.
You said Cineman genius.
All right.
I don't think you heard the pause.
No. So now that we've got this episode, our first, I think it's our first off-topic episode of the year.
Yeah.
And believe it or not,
I
we
don't.
are completely sober. This is the funniest.
Unfortunately. So we have just finished up in June our Kevin Smith View Askew Universe discussion. And next we're going to be moving into our Christopher Nolan selected filmography discussion. So
Chris Barnes'
next week,
favorite subject.
yeah. So next week we are going to be talking about the movie Memento. So be on the lookout coming out for that to come out in a week.
What?
And
What?
then
A week?
yes,
We're
next
doing it
week.
Next week?
Surprise, fuckers.
Oh, yeah.
Did I
Oh,
not tell you
no.
that?
And I
Oh,
have
well.
to watch them this time, right?
No.
Yes, you do.
Damn it.
And then I believe on the 11th, or maybe it's the next weekend, we got a
The
pay-per-view
11th
coming
is a
up.
Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, we got another WWE pay-per-view coming up soon. Yeah, we're all super excited for
That's
that.
your birthday present.
Yeah. And we'll have an announcement on the next episode of This Is a Work, hosted by David Two Dogs Hayes. So in the meantime, Stan, if people want to reach out to you online, where can they do that at? Okay, thank you, Stan. Chris, if people want to reach out to you online, where can they do that?
I'm on Twitter at Chris the OK. Do not tweet me more ideas for Fast and the Furious movies.
Absolutely.
Tweet them all.
Yes.
Tweet
Or you can,
all of them.
or if you have your own idea, or if you want to fill out the plot for a title that I threw out, like The Fancy Feast and the Furious,
Threw out like something up, Chuck.
you can email those ideas and those pitches to me at david.longwalk@gmail.com. If you would like to keep up with Long Walk Productions, you can visit us online at longwalk.us or search for Long Walk Productions and Long Walk Podcasts on Facebook. To see more of our original work or hear past episodes of this show that are no longer streaming, you can follow the YouTube links in the show notes. And we would like to thank you for listening and remind you that if you enjoy this show or any of the shows on this network, please make sure to leave us a rating and a review on whatever platform you are listening on.
Peace out.
They have to go undercover at an Olive Garden because when you're there, you're family.